What is up, party people? Welcome to the Split Seed, where the moment is right now. My name's Jenny, and I am about to walk into an estate sale. I've been up since 2:30 a.m. this morning, but on the drive over here, I ingested about 4 espresso shots, and I'm high on listening to Miranda Lambert's song Kerosene, circa 2005, which I recently rediscovered, and it's giving me life this morning. I can see there's already a line forming outside of the house, so I will do my best to film a little bit in there, but as always at estate sales, I want to respect people's privacy, so I probably won't film a lot, but I will do as much as I can, and let's go see what we find at this estate sale today. First, we have a table of little trinkets, and this person really liked rabbits because there were a lot of little bunny items, but overall just a lot of cute things. There's a regal cat and a weird cat. I liked him. This is a secret. And then, oh my gosh, these Coach loafers with the studs. I wish these would have been my size. I would have sprung the $65 to buy these, but they were too small for me and it hurt my heart to leave them behind. And then this is a really pretty thing that you might be seeing later. I also found this little cropped fur vest. I'm not sure if it was real fur or not, but I didn't think I would really wear it, so I ended up leaving it. I did like this wooden mirror too, and it had these little acorn details at the bottom. For outfit of the day, I was wearing this little prairie shirt with the ruffles. I paired it with some jean shorts and simple white tennis shoes, but the shirt is pretty dang fun. And then last, I liked this painting landscape bathing suit. Okay, I secured what I was hoping was still going to be here. I forgot to say at the beginning that today was 25% off day because it's the second day of the estate sale, and I was hoping that one particular thing that is currently behind me was still here, and it was, so I got it for a discount, and I'm so excited to show you. Plus I found a couple other fun little things. So yeah, it was a good trip. And while I'm here, I'm in Helena, Montana, and that is like an hour away from where I live. So while I'm here in town, there's also a big sale happening at a vintage store here, so I'm gonna go check that out too. So this is a new vintage shop in town that just recently opened. Look at this ironing board covered with like little women from, it looks like patterns, old vintage patterns. But anyway, the store is called Bella Peacock, and they had a lot of cool stuff. First, this is inside, and this is like a wire plant stand that was honestly super simple and kind of like rusted, but I just really liked the industrial and bare look of it. And then they also had a lot of things outside in an outdoor area. So they had a lot of baskets and outdoor supplies like pots and gardening things, but they also had furniture and household goods and just everything you can imagine. I thought this little pot bowl planter with the turtle on it was pretty cute. This is an amazing belt buckle that I found. And then they had a lot of jewelry too, and I thought this bracelet with the inlays of shell were really, really pretty. And I also loved this ceramic dog head pin. It's actually a brooch, and I kind of wish I would have bought that. Then there's this table of all sorts of figurines, a lot of porcelain, like vintage porcelain animal figurines, which I am actually a pretty big sucker for those kinds of things. I liked those little angel like heads too, were pretty cool. And then there was a whole rack of clothing to go through, and there were a couple cool pieces in there, like this jacket with the Southwest pattern. It would have been way too big for me, but it was a good price. And then I liked this vintage Farrah Fawcett t-shirt, was pretty neat. Then there were these 90s Goosebumps sheets, which I don't know about anybody else, but I was a Goosebumps fan, so these things were pretty dang cool. And then back inside again, there were all these beautifully embroidered vintage antique linens that I thought were really pretty, especially with the butterflies. And then this chandelier was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, with the beads. Oh my gosh, just so pretty. There was a stone sink here that I thought was very, very extremely cool. This sort of 70s butterfly decanter set was really neat. And then I found an entire chest, like an old vintage trunk full of these like nature scientific illustration prints. And there were just every animal you could possibly imagine, every plant. There were a bunch of African animals and more North American animals, a lot of birds, like I said, a lot of flowers, and they were all in that scientific style. So there's some chipmunks. We also had a lot of aquatic things with those fish and the horseshoe crabs, and it was just so much. So that place was pretty cute. It was obviously more of a actual curated vintage store and not a thrift store, but the prices weren't very high and there was a really wide variety of things, and I found a couple cute items. So I'm glad I stopped. And now I'm gonna head home and I'll show you everything that I found. I'm gonna start with the estate sale, and the first piece is just a really simple pair of black athletic leggings. These leggings are from the brand Lucy, and they're nothing particularly exciting, but they are really well made, high quality material, and they fit me really nicely, so I just picked them up. The price of the leggings was $8, but I went to the estate sale on 25% off day, so I got them for $6. The next estate sale piece I got is this little decorative plate. So on the plate is a reproduction of a really old piece of Chinese art showing this adorable little sleeping cat. And then the plate itself is from the Metropolitan Museum of Art circa 1988. So yeah, I really, really liked this. It just gave me a feeling of like calm and gentleness, and I really liked it. The pricing on the plate was $8, so once again, for 25% off, I got it for $6. And then I have another clothing item, which you did see me looking at in the footage earlier, and it is this beautiful sheer blue dress. I don't know if you guys have seen my video from a couple weeks ago where I was talking about fall fashion trends. If not, I will link it here for you, but in that video, I was talking about how I am excited for sheer dresses, and then literally like a few days later, I went to this estate sale and found this. I am so excited. I feel like I manifested it for myself, and I just can't wait to play around with styling it. This dress is from the brand Bia in a size medium, and it just has the most beautiful lacy navy blue details kind of all throughout it. Those lacy details are included on the front of the shoulder, all along the collar, and then also on the back and the cuffs of the sleeves. The main material used throughout the dress is this sheer netted sort of fabric with not polka dots, it's a little bit of a different shape than a polka dot, but still these little specks all throughout. And then I love the skirt portion of this dress too, because those little blue lacy applique details are patterned in such a way to give it this sort of tiered looking effect. And then at the very bottom of the skirt hem, there's just this raw edge from the netted fabric. Overall, I am very grateful to have found this. I can't believe it happened so soon after I was just talking about sheer dresses. And yeah, I just think it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Originally, this dress did come with an inner section, and I didn't want the inner part, I just wanted the sheer part. So I just asked the people running the estate sale if it would be okay for me to only buy the outer layer, and they agreed to that. So the price they gave me for just the outer portion of the dress was $25, and then it was 25% off of that, so I got it for around 18 bucks. And I did find a couple things at that vintage store as well, so I will show you those. The first thing is this really gorgeous belt buckle. What I really love about this are the polished rocks that are attached, and then I also really, really love the little star details that are in all the corners. And then on the back, it is just a standard belt buckle hardware, and I don't know if you can see this engraving, but it does say right on the metal that it is silver nickel. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, honestly, just because I don't currently have a belt that this would work with. I do think that is my ultimate plan, is to wear it as an actual belt, but in the meantime, I also think it would be really pretty to use as an accessory or embellishment on like a purse or a bag. But overall, I just thought it was very, very beautiful and funky, and I got it for $5. And then you may remember that I was flipping through a gigantic stack of vintage nature prints, and I did end up picking 2 of those. It was so hard to choose which ones I wanted to take just because there were so many of them and they were all so beautiful and different, but ultimately I did first decide to grab this bird one. The description on the print says that the birds are ferruginous thrushes, but what I really liked about the art was just how dynamic it feels with the way all of the different pieces are interacting. All the birds are facing different ways, and then there's also a snake intertwined, which I really, really loved. Plus the colors are really, really beautiful. It is just leaning heavy on the greens, which is my favorite color, but it also has a lot of black tones, and overall I just think it is a really beautiful color palette. And then the next print kind of goes in the opposite direction as far as color goes, and it is this very brightly colored flower print. I'm not sure what kind of plant this is. The description just has the scientific name that I'm not sure I can pronounce, honestly, but what I really love about it, again, is the color palette. There are still a lot of greens in this print, which I love, but instead of being a cooler toned green like in the bird print, this is a much warmer yellow heavy green tone. And then mixing those green colors with that nice buttery yellow and the really reddy orange, I just love the combination. Plus I loved how at the bottom there were these little seed pod details with the cross sections, and I just thought that was very cute and interesting too. And then I actually do have one more estate sale piece to show you, but for that we're gonna have to go on a little field trip, so hold on just 1 second. Hello and welcome to my storage unit. I secured that beautiful rocking chair that you just caught a glimpse of in the other footage from earlier, and I saw this online when I was looking at the estate sale listing, and it was just so beautiful and unique. I really wanted to try and get it. So here it is up close. The upholstery is in a needlepoint style, and it just has this all over pattern of a countryside scene, a little bit of a pastoral woodland scene with all of these animals and trees and fields, a little farmhouse, and I just think it's so beautiful. I love the colors, I love the theme, and the fabric wraps all the way around to the back of the chair also, so it really is super prominent in the chair, and yeah, I very much love it. And then you can see on the tag that the chair was priced at $175, which I think for something this unique and beautiful, that is a pretty good price to begin with, but I still got it for 25% off of that, so I believe I paid around $130, but I'll put the actual price up on the screen here. And yes, I do have a very good reason for having some of my things in storage temporarily, so if anybody has a guess as to why that might be, leave a comment down below. I will be sharing the news and the reason in a couple weeks, so stay tuned for some exciting stuff coming up. But right now it is just way too hot and sunny out here, so I'm gonna put the chair back and get out of here. And that was everything I found on this thrift trip to an estate sale and a little vintage store, so thanks for tagging along with me. If you do like thrifting, secondhand fashion, thrifted interiors, and art, those are the subjects that I like to talk about here at Split Seed, so I would love it if you would subscribe and come back for another video. And if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I put out new videos every Thursday, so I will see you all next week, and until then, let's say all hail Norm, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.